All right, everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are here with another segment of the Agent Experience. Welcome. This is where we tell the stories behind the agents. I am your host, Alan Lozano, with the Property Hermanos Group, eXp Realty, and today it is my pleasure to introduce our special guest. His name is Armando Ibarra from Brownsville, Texas, Rio Grande Valley in the house. Has an awesome, extensive career before real estate, was working in nonprofit affordable housing. Before that, he was also an accountant for workforce. But the cool thing is not only is he an amazing realtor, he's an active, very top-notch custom home builder. So he's doing the real estate thing, building houses, working hand in hand, helping people in all different kinds of ways. Been in real estate for 7 years, and he is an accredited buyer representative, which is an ABR through the National Association of Realtors, and he is also a EXP certified mentor. He tells me that his favorite food is tacos. Hey man, who doesn't love tacos? Tacos all day long. And I'm going to bring him onto the stream. Without further ado, my pleasure to have Mr. Armando Ibarra. What's going on, Armando? How are you today?
Good. How are you doing, man?
Oh, dude, I'm doing fantastic. You got me thinking about tacos, though. So when we're recording this, we're going to be airing it later, but we're recording it on Taco Tuesday. So it's the
no way. Yeah.
Perfect segment to get the tacos going. So Armando, thank you for joining us, man. Anything else you want to add? Did I miss anything?
No, I think you got the gist of it.
Awesome, man. So we're going to talk to Armando not only about his journey in real estate, but I'm sure he's going to tell us a little bit about his building experience and all that good stuff. So Armando, let's go ahead and jump into it, man. Okay. So we got some questions prepared for you. Let's go ahead and hit it. What's one piece of advice that you wish you had received when you first started in real estate, and how has that shaped your approach to your career?
Okay, I think maybe one key piece of advice I wish I would have gotten, coming from like 8 to 5 world, and pretty much since we're 4 years old, we've been told what to do. Wake up at 8 a.m., go to school, and then the same thing when you have a job. It's like, here, do this, do that. So when I transitioned to being like self-employed, it was a little strange being my own boss. And I did waste a lot of time. I was, I kind of waited for things to happen versus going out there and doing things for myself. So I think one key advice is like definitely utilize like time blocking, set your own schedule, and stick to your schedule. Don't just kind of wait around to see what happens, because I think that tends to lead to a little failure and not succeed as much as you should.
And that's true. What do they always say when you get into real estate and you leave your 40-hour-a-week job, then you go to real estate and now you're working 24/7, or at least you have the ability to work 24/7. You could either work 24/7 or you could work 0. I guess.
Exactly. And I have like a procrastinators, I just generally procrastinate. So it's like, I don't have anything to do, so I'm just gonna sit around here, and it's like that's not gonna help. You kind of have to have that mentality of like, okay, I'm gonna do this from this time to this time, and then have some sort of schedule.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, thanks for sharing. All right, let's move on. Next question here. Can you share a memorable success story where you helped a client achieve their dream, and how did that experience impact you personally and professionally?
I mean, most recently, I helped a close personal friend of mine buy his first home. And this is something that we had been talking about, for 2+ years of like, hey, man, you've been renting since forever. You should really think about, buying a house. You should really think about getting pre-approved, et cetera, et cetera. And it was a long journey, I would say that for sure. And then finally we get approved and we're out searching. And his pre-approval wasn't as high as we were hoping for. And I kind of maybe oversold that it's a buyer's market and, let's just try. So that was a journey in itself, because we kept seeing prices, houses that were priced a little above his range. But still, I had to stay positive, and we saw so many houses in the span of like a week. So again, that was a journey, and it was interesting because this house was overpriced, above his budget, but we took a shot. We're like, let's just try it. You never know, man. There's a saying that you miss the shots you don't take, 100% of the shots you don't take. We submitted an offer, and we didn't hear back for 2-3 weeks later, and they accepted. So it's like, okay, wow. And then it's like, we couldn't believe it. We were like dumbfounded, and then we had to deal with a little slight mole issue. But luckily, I had some contacts. We took care of that, and we closed. And it was like, I mean, he was very grateful that I never gave up on him, and I would always say like, hey man, like there's nothing wrong with just getting pre-approved and seeing what's out there. And he has a house now.
That's awesome, man. And he was your client was lucky to have you there with him, because you didn't give up on him, and you kept pushing. And dude, that's what it takes, right? That's the sign of a great professional. Not only a great realtor, but a professional in general. You don't give up on your clients, and there's always what do they always say? Don't accept a no when there's still a yes on the table. There's still that possibility. So I love that, man. Thanks for sharing. All right, cool. So let's talk about ownership, right? You just mentioned it. Your friend was there renting, but you said, hey, let's get you to own a house. There's nothing like owning a house. So for you, what does it mean to be an owner of something? Whether you own your house, you own your brokerage like we do here, which is awesome. Whether you own your own car, be in charge of your schedule. What does it mean for you to be an owner, for you to be in charge of something like that?
I mean, at the end of the day, we are all working for ourselves, right? To improve our way of life, and to make things better for ourselves, for our family. So to be an owner, it's more of, in a sense, like controlling your own destiny, right? You're not sitting around in an office 8 to 5 waiting for your boss to tell you what to do, or something like that. Like you're in it for you. Like you're your own boss. So you have to tell yourself, hey, I need you to do this so that we can succeed together. But you're literally looking at yourself in the mirror, right? So I think being an owner means honestly more control of your destiny, and presenting yourself out to the world the way you want to be presented. This is me as me, and this is my company, and this is who I am, and this is what I'm willing to do for you. So it's definitely, again, just more control for sure.
That's awesome. Have you ever seen that? There's a picture of a dog, and the dog is standing at the corner of the street, and the dog has his leash, but he has the leash in his own mouth, right? Because the dog is taking the responsibility, and he's taking himself for a walk. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of what you're talking about, being in charge of your own schedule, taking your destiny into your own hands, and really controlling that. It's very powerful.
I mean, I will say that with a caveat, because after a while, it tends to be, you have trouble shutting it off a little, right? So it's like, I can sit down and watch TV. Nah, I mean, I'm going to just stay on my laptop and keep, doing things.
Exactly.
But it's definitely important to have that balance, keep that in mind.
Of course.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. Next question. What inspired you? So coming from your past work background, it sounds like you were always somewhat involved in real estate for, building and stuff like that. But what inspired you to get into a career in real estate? And what is the main reason you chose to partner with eXp in your real estate career?
Yeah. So the main reason why I wanted to be in real estate was because my dad was a builder. He worked in construction pretty much my entire life. So I always had that idea. Well, to begin with, I was young and rebellious, so I didn't want to do anything related to real estate or construction. So that's why I was an accountant for a few years. But I don't know, I guess I grew up, I matured a little, and I appreciated my dad's background and what my dad brought to the table. So I transitioned to real estate. So I was in the nonprofit, affordable housing for a bit, and then I went to business for myself. So always with that mindset of like, I'm following in the family business and the family, my father's footsteps, maybe not directly, but indirectly. So I'm going to do real estate for a bit. And then that just kind of snowballed into like, hey, you know what, let me try to build some houses. And here we are. Like he'll be standing next to me like, what do you think we should do? And I'm like, wow, I finally made it. I think all Valley kids or Hispanic boys always want that approval of their parents, right? So that helped me. That was nice. And one of the reasons why I partnered with EXP was, I was in my previous brokerage for 5 years, and it definitely felt like I needed a change, maybe a change of scenery, a change of pace. And now looking back, what I like about EXP is that there's that constant flow of ideas and constant, just connection with top producing agents, where in my previous brokerage, you kind of had to sit around in the office and hope that a top producing agent would walk in the door, or, the team leader would happen to be there, and you can talk to them and stuff and get inspired and get ideas. But that wouldn't happen as often. And with EXP, it's kind of like on tap. I'm like, I'm feeling kind of down or whatever. You know what? Let me log on, take a class. Let me watch a YouTube video. And I like that EXP has like icon conversations every Monday, every Friday. So, start off with a bang on a Monday. You log in, you hear these top producing agents talk ideas. And it's just like, cool. Like, I'm ready to tackle the week. So I think that's one of the things that I appreciate about EXP, and one of the reasons why at the end of the day I'm glad I partnered up with them.
That's cool. And it reminds me, so I think we just celebrated your 1 year anniversary with EXP right a couple days ago. So congratulations. It's been a fast year. Time goes by, time flies when you're having fun, man. So
yeah, it definitely flew by this year. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. And going back, dude, I love what you talked about with your dad. That's so cool. Y'all can now work together on these projects, and that's amazing, man. I love that. And what some people might not know about you is you're also a very talented musician. So I know you were doing the music thing,
that's debatable.
It's still going. I know you're still out there gigging sometimes and recording and stuff like that. So that's awesome, man. I love that you're able to make it all happen, balance it all out and keep the music,
for sure.
Keep the music alive. If y'all don't know out there, I love music also. My brother Daniel is a great musician as well. So we come from the music background, and music, right, Armando, once music is inside your blood, it's there forever. So
you already have all the gear, right? Might as well keep playing. I definitely feel like the last kid on the sandlot, running the bases by myself, but hey man, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, hey man, you got to keep the music alive. All right, man. So let's really dig in real deep here. Let's really figure it out here. How has real estate and EXP as the company that you chose to partner with, how has real estate changed your life and the life of your loved ones?
How has real estate changed? Okay, and EXP. Definitely more flexibility. In the past 2 years, I became a parent. So I definitely appreciate the fact that I can, roll out of bed and take care of my kid and still manage to absorb some information, like I had mentioned before, having these top producing agents talk ideas and how they've succeeded in their business. And I can literally do that in my living room holding my kid. So that's definitely a plus. And then the idea of like, we're all owners of EXP, right? We all hopefully will earn stock in this company and continue to grow and stuff like that. That idea of like, an exit strategy, like, we can't all be showing houses till we're 75. I can definitely try, but it's a nice idea thinking that, there's a retirement out there for me eventually. And then I remember we talked about how like EXP stock is willable. So, becoming a parent also like thinking like, well, I can leave something for my kid. I'm not just working grinding for today. I'm grinding for the next 40 years. So it's something to leave behind. I think is something to keep in mind, and it's the idea that keeps it going.
Yeah, I love you're 100% right. The legacy aspect was a huge thing. I mean, it was a huge thing for me. It sounds like it's important to you and your family too.
Sure.
It was actually the piece of the puzzle. Once I learned about the legacy piece and being able to leave your stock and your revenue share and everything that you work hard all these years, being able to leave that to your family and your loved ones, that's a huge plus. And once I heard that was possible, that really reignited my curiosity back in 2018. So yeah, I'm with you all the way, man. I love that. All right. So on a lighter note, now that we've talked about legacy and how much we love our families and all that really, really good stuff, let's talk about something fun. If you could have dinner with one person of influence, living or no longer with us, who would it be and why?
Man, that's a tough one.
It could be Jimi Hendrix, it could be Stevie Ray Vaughan, it could be a musician, anybody you want.
No, I think I definitely want to have dinner with Jack White. He's a big influence on me. He's a musician from Detroit. He's kind of compared to Willy Wonka of the music business, because he has his own record label. He's a cool guy. So I would definitely want to sit down and learn from him, not only as a musician, but definitely as like a business owner. He has amazing like aesthetics, and it's just everything. I'm a big fan of everything that he does. So he would definitely be my guy.
That's awesome. And, I mean, and his music and his track record speaks for itself. I mean, he's a powerhouse all the way around. Well, yeah. Very cool. Well, Armando, thank you so much for sharing. And if people want to follow you, Armando, where can they find you? Are you online? Are you on Facebook, Instagram?
Oh yeah. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I believe I'm actually looking it up right now. My Instagram handle is armando.realtor, and that should be the same one for that should be the same for Facebook, and hopefully coming soon some YouTube videos.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for being a guest here on the Agent Experience. It was super fun learning more about you, getting to know some of the stories behind the agent. That's what we love to do here. So thank y'all for tuning in. Armando, have a good rest of your week, and we will see you guys on the next episode of the Agent Experience. Y'all take care. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for having me.